In Lesson 2, we'll discuss the types of audio authority counter stations, how to set them up, and get familiar with the accessories you can use to enhance the intercom system. Counter stations allow the teller, pharmacist, or facility employee to communicate with a customer just outside a window or hundreds of feet away. A counter station has a microphone, loudspeaker, and keys to select a lane. A video counter station is simply an audio counter station that has a one-way or two-way video monitor installed in the field. 1500 series systems are backwards compatible. You can use new Series 3 equipment with legacy counter stations, hubs, and lane stations. While they are no longer available, the Model 1500A counter stations have the same basic operating system and share the same gooseneck microphone as the current generation 1500B. If you need to replace a counter station with a 1500B in an older intercom system, the system's firmware must be version 4.0 or higher to work with the new counter station. Series 3 counter stations have a few differences you should be aware of. 1500B counter stations have a larger keypad cover that does not require screws, but the key color chips are identical. The 1500BH is a version of the 1500B that has a handset with a magnetic hook switch for discreet conversation with customers. The handset cradle can be installed on a 1500B in the field, but it is not compatible with older counter stations. This is a 1580 counter station, and while it looks a lot like a 1500A counter station, it actually belongs to Series 1580, which is now discontinued and is not compatible with any Series 1500 counter stations, hubs, or lane stations. Troubleshooting Series 1580 hardware is completely different. Refer to Training Series 2, Lesson 9 for guidance. If you need to replace any part of a 1580 series system, you must replace the entire system with 1500 series components. The 1580 system was designed for a 1-on-2 configuration. A 1500B and a 1522B dual lane station form the ideal replacement configuration. You may also use two 1520B lane stations. There are 4 ports on the back of each counter station. The power port requires a standard 1.5 amp power supply. The 1500B has a modular RJ11 headset jack, compatible with the cable that comes with the 1542S wireless headset. The hub port accepts an RJ45 plug for Cat5 or Cat6 connection to a hub, or you can connect it directly to a lane station's hub port. More about the hub port later. The video port connects to a 1502 video monitor, or third-party monitor and camera. More about video later. Set the counter station on a hard surface, such as a counter or desk. This is important because the loudspeaker is on the bottom, so it requires a hard surface to produce clear sound. Do not block the speaker by setting objects directly in front of the counter station. Place the counter station so that the operator is able to speak into the microphone at a distance of 1 or 2 inches. When power is applied to a counter station, but without any connection to a hub or lane station, the keypad displays a series of red and green light patterns. There is no power light, so if you see the light dance, you'll know that the power is applied, the counter station itself is functional, but there is a problem with communication. If you see this pattern, see if the Cat5 cable is securely plugged into the counter station's hub port. Make sure it is terminated correctly, and that it is connected to either a hub, lane station, or customer station, and that all components have power. Once a powered counter station has communication with either a hub, lane station, or customer station, the light dance stops. In its normal operating state, with no lanes active, the keypad is dark. The Audio Authority intercom system components communicate with each other via Cat5 or Cat6 UTP cables, terminated to the 568B standard. These cables are exactly like the cables for computer networks, but Series 1500 is not compatible with computer networks. Never connect counter stations or lane stations to a computer network, switch, or router. One distinguishing feature of Series 3 components is their metal grounded hub ports, which enable a new end-to-end grounding scheme. When all components are Series 3 and when interconnected with shielded UTP cable, the system resists transients and other forms of electromagnetic interference to preserve signal integrity. The system works with unshielded cable as well, so you don't have to change the cables when replacing a counter station. If you do need the protection, you must install shielded cable and replace every component with Series 3 models. There are two things that the operator can adjust to customize the counter station: the ringtone and the ringer volume. Press and hold the setup key for about 2 seconds. You'll hear a chirp when you first touch the setup key, and another chirp to confirm that you have entered the operator menu. The camera keys and the volume keys light up. Press the camera up or down key to choose from 16 available ringtones. Press the volume keys to raise and lower the volume of the ringer. When you've finished, press the setup key again to save your selections and exit the operator menu. Once the counter station is ready to use, you'll notice the default lane positions 1 through 4 are active on the second row of the keypad. The positions of the active lane keys may be rearranged in advanced setup, which we will cover in a future lesson. If your installation has fewer than 4 lanes, you can either ignore the unused lane keys or replace them with black key chips. Each counter station is supplied with alternative key colors and numbers. To change the key colors to match drive-up lanes, pry up the clear plastic keypad cover and swap the chips to achieve the desired pattern. 1500B keypads are not fastened with screws. The hold button actually serves 3 different functions. First, it may be used to place a customer on hold. Second, for multi-lane systems with video, the hold key allows you to pause the rotation of lane camera feeds. The third function is to activate a remote contact that is wired to the 1520B lane station. Call the Audio Authority support team for details about using remote contacts. When private communication is required, the operator can press the privacy key to mute the counter station's built-in speaker and microphone and route the audio through the rear headset port. When the privacy light is on, the headset is active and the speaker and microphone are muted. It does not affect the 1503B or 1503BW hook switch. The privacy button may be activated as required for occasional use, or if it is the main mode of communication, it may be programmed as default operation using advanced setup. The camera buttons are used to adjust the tilt angle of motorized lane cameras up or down. In locations that do not have camera tilt mechanisms, these keys are not functional during standard operation. For systems with two-way video, the mirror button allows counter station operators to see their own image, providing a mirror they can use to adjust viewing height and monitor angle. Now let's talk about accessories you can use with counter stations. The counter station video option from Audio Authority is the Model 1502B, which is a two-way video interface. It is also used for one-way video systems. Connect the 1502B via the provided Cat5 cable that plugs into the RJ45 connection labeled Video. Mount the 1502B onto the counter station and gently tighten the 2 horizontal screws. Then insert the smaller third screw on the bottom. Do not use any other screw than the ones provided. Damage could result. If you are installing the 1502B on a 1500A counter station, the third screw on the bottom is not used. The 1500B may also be used with a 1502L or 1501L video monitor. If you need to connect a third-party camera and monitor instead of a 1502B, the Model 1504 video interface provides connections for both. A single Cat5 cable connects between the RJ45 jack, labeled Video, on the counter station, and the jack labeled To Video port on the 1504. There are two BNC connectors for camera and monitor hookup. Any monitor with composite video input is compatible. Standard definition 480i video format. The Model 1542S headset enables wireless communication between the operator and the counter station. The 1542S includes cables to fit both 1500A and 1500B headset jacks. 1500B has a modular RJ11 jack, while the 1500A has a 2.5mm jack. These cables are also available for purchase separately. The Model 1548 headset selector switch allows up to 4 individual wireless headset base units to be connected to a single counter station. This enables multiple operators to use their own personal headsets while sharing a counter station to maintain hygienic practices. The 1503B and 1503BW are easy to install in the field. They are only compatible with 1500B counter stations. Attach the 1503B cradle to the underside of the counter station with 2 screws, with the cable in place, as shown. Connect the cable to the counter station, then gently pull enough slack to connect it to the cradle. Connect the handset cord, and it's ready for use. The wall mount 1503BW is similar. If the wire is routed inside the wall, connect it to the back of the cradle as shown. Otherwise, thread it between the bracket and the cradle along with the handset cord. Mount it to a wall or other vertical surface with 2 screws. 2 holes in the cradle provide access to volume adjustment. Use a small Phillips screwdriver to adjust volume levels for transmit and receive. Keep in mind that the 1503B and 1503BW handsets don't require the privacy key to activate them. They are activated by the magnetic hook switch in the cradle. That's it for Lesson 2 in the Series 1500 Intercom Training Course. Next topic, lane stations and customer stations. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call 800-32-AUDIO or to visit audioauthority.com.